What's going on, everybody? It is Ian here with Miller Garage, and we are picking up where we left off on the interior skins installation. If you were with us last time, saw that we got most of the basically the center section of the skins put up, leaving just the end caps to do, and I was waiting on getting the rest of the aluminum for that. Because we're using a different color. You can't really tell behind me, but the main body of the Airstream is going to be painted white aluminum, and then on the end caps, they're going to be in a anodized copper. And I've already started in the back, and here in a second, we'll go back there and check that out, but I gotta tell you, it is looking absolutely amazing. I'm super excited with how it's turning out, but we're going to work on the front section today, as well as just continue the installation. I have got the recessed lights for the roof, because we're going to put them down the center. And since with this build we're doing no 12-volt system in here, it's only going to be running off of 110. I had to find some lights that would work in the ceiling that are 110, and that was a bit of a challenge. I ended up finding some at Home Depot that have basically like, it's very shallow actual light, and then it has like a control box that you mount somewhere else. So I still am probably gonna have to do some creative installation with this because we really only have, you know, about 1.5 inches of space in between, and I think you know, I'm gonna have to get creative, especially with the spray foam. I'm probably gonna have to like cut out some sections and whatnot to make those things fit potentially. But I will get it working, and so I'm gonna at least get those pieces in this video mocked up. I may not get all of the wiring 100% done, but we shall see. And so yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the back because it looks awesome. It's not finished, but it's coming along. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll get to rocking and rolling on the front section. Okay, so we're walking back here. Don't mind the plastic hanging from the roof, but here is everything. And like I said, I got all but 3 of the top panels clecoed in, and it just looks awesome. I mean, obviously you don't get the full effect with all the clecos in and all the plastic on it. Most of the plastic fell off on this side. I guess, I don't know whether condensation or something. It just, you know, I had it still sitting on there, but it ended up falling off. So here it is, and like I said, it looks awesome. Unfortunately, the light behind me is casting a shadow, but it's really hard to see on video just how good it looks. So you can see that it goes well with the white. There's going to be like a bench over here, hence the bare aluminum. And yeah, so let's get going on the front. So like I said, we are doing the copper basically from the ground up. So this whole center section is going to be done in the anodized copper. And I've already started and got these lower sections on. I had templates from the back that I had made once I made those pieces. And so I got just like kind of a rough outline for them. They're obviously a little different, and made these and then just trimmed them to fit, you know, with the window and whatnot. Obviously with how the back is, it's a little bit different. The curvature is a little different. So like this curve's a little different, but the piece that's gonna go above it is gonna overlap that, so it'll work out just fine. So that's going to be the next thing, is going to be to cut and fit these pieces. They're a bit easier. They don't have as much curvature to them, so it should go pretty smooth. And then once that's in, then we're going to start doing the segmented pieces for the end cap. And I have a whole video on that, so this is not going to be as much like an in-depth how-to as it is just kind of like time-lapse and discussing what I'm doing with this particular trailer and some of the more unique stuff that we're doing on this one. So if you want something that's really detailed that shows you how to put end caps, the segmented aluminum end caps in an Airstream, that is linked below and probably going to pop up on this video as well, so look for that. Up here in the front, I have pretty much all of this front section and the end caps in. Obviously, it's still all held in by Clecos, and I haven't trimmed the bottom segments. And honestly, it makes the Airstream look really mean. It's like it's got an angry face. But that'll be trimmed around the windows, and then we'll get it all riveted in. And the next thing I need to do, though, before I go much further on that, is put the center section in, which requires me to do a lot of the wiring and the lighting. So I'm going to kind of briefly go over a little bit of that. I'll probably do more of the in-depth wiring stuff in a different video, but I will share on the lights themselves with this. So with this one, we are doing everything with 110 volt. There's no battery that's actually going to be in this Airstream, which does present a little bit of a challenge, especially when it comes to the lights, because it's really hard to find any sort of lighting for 110 that, you know, is slim fit and then will work in this. So I found some light pucks that are you know, under 1.5 inches in height, and they have these controllers, which I already have, if it'll focus, which I've already installed. And you can see that we got the Romex coming in and all the wiring's internal, and I'll show you kind of in detail what these look like, but they're really cool. And then I have it running essentially through this rib and then over onto the next one, and I just used double-sided foam tape to stick those on there. And I got those from Home Depot. I'm gonna see if I can find them on Amazon and link that. If not, I'll just do the Home Depot link. But they are pretty awesome. I like them. And then they just have these little connectors here attached to the light, and those will be in the panel. I have got the panel pretty much ready to go in, so I'm going to start that. I need to kind of tuck some of these wires up. With the spray foam, it's hard to get it all attached and staying up in there, so I'll probably have to use a few zip ties, but we will get rocking on it. So I'm ready to put the upper panel in. I have the panels that are already up marked where that panel needs to be centered, so I have those tick marks for all of that. The wiring is up in there as it's going to be. Obviously, when it's up in there, it'll hold it. And then let's see. So putting that up there. Obviously, if you have 2 people or 3 people, it can be easier to just do it by holding it up there. But a lot of times I work by myself, and so I found that this is a really good solution. I'm basically just using 2 pole jacks, and then this is technically a 2x3, but a piece of wood, and then I'm putting just some towels on it, some old shop towels, and then I'll put the piece of aluminum on that and then push it up in there, and that'll get it up in there, and then press, you know, keep the center, because a lot of times whenever you run that up there, it starts to bend and wave long ways. But if you use this and it's bending over that piece of wood, it keeps it straight, so it'll go up in there and be in position properly. Because you don't want it to be bending like this, long ways down, because then you start drilling, and then you're gonna have gaps, and it's not gonna be flush. So you want to get it to bend in the center to fit the curvature. So this is a great solution if you're working by yourself, and even if you're not, it can still work really great. So I'm gonna get the piece of aluminum. I gotta stick the lights in it and peel some of the stuff back, the film back around the lights. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we'll Alright, so we have the lights in, and it is in position. So I'm just going to start going up with it and then adjust accordingly to get it all lined up right. So, get this over. All right, so it is in position. I have 2 spots cleated in the back, and obviously all the film's on, so this is just kind of the initial fit. I'm probably gonna have to do some adjustments inside there. Like right here, there's some wires that are right here that are kind of blocking the light. On this side, it's appears to be more wires. So I'm just gonna have to, just adjust where stuff is ran and position everything. So right now I'm just gonna get, basically just get everything drilled, moving from the back forward just to make sure it's, flush and even. And we're gonna put clecos in all the way down, and then I will, obviously go back and pull these, mark stuff. If the foam needs to be cut some, I'll mark that. I'll also move the wires, and then from there it will basically be just peeling back the film where it needs to be, and putting the clecos back in, and then getting the final fit, and then riveting it in. So I'm gonna just start drilling away. So I have the center section and all the lights in and riveted up, and I have most of the end cap done. I'm just finishing up this last portion. And once I finish this end cap section, that will pretty much be the completion of all the interior skins for this Airstream. I have just kind of the trim stuff to finish up, and like these Vista trims. We're trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do here. They had those closeouts normally, and I found the ones through Airstream that are like the newer ones that will actually fit if you are, putting new aluminum in, and you can cut the hole the proper size. But they're pretty pricey, so I'm not sure if we're gonna go that route or try to make something. So we will see, but that's kind of the only real additional thing. But other than that, just finishing this up, and it is looking amazing. I'm super happy with how this has turned out, so I'm gonna just get to work riveting this. So the interior walls are in, and as you can see, I've been working on quite a few other projects. I've been building out that rear bench. There's a video on like the first half of that. I'm gonna be working on the video for the second half. I've also been working on like some cabinets here, and some plumbing, and electrical, and all of the things. I'm gonna try to get content for as much of it as possible. I am trying to get this thing done really quick. just because they want to get it going and start booking clients for it and stuff. So really just wanting to get it there. So hopefully gonna be able to provide as much content as possible, but we'll see. Again, obviously that balance between finishing projects and creating YouTube content. So obviously I gotta put my clients first, but you know, it's coming along. It's looking really great. I'm really excited about how everything's going. This week, I am actually going to be flying out to Vegas Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then coming back Monday to help some people out with an Airstream that they're working on out there. Interestingly enough, that's going to be a wedding kind of like preparation venue space similar to what this one is. Theirs will be kind of more just an open space versus this being specifically for more so the hairstyling and stuff. So, so that's coming up. And let's think, what else? I don't know. Life's just crazy right now. I got a lot of projects going on, a lot of stuff going on just in life in general. You know how sometimes you just kind of have like hard seasons and just got to make it through them. But I'm still wanting to be creating content for you guys. Sorry, I'm dying slightly. And as you can tell, like my allergies are really bad, but still creating content. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and love it if you would subscribe. Also check us out on social media, and we will see you next week.